Hi students, I hope you understood my first class that was on path length or distance or displacement. So path length and distance both will be same, okay? So distance and displacement. Now we are going to discuss about speed and velocity. If we understood distance and displacement, just we are going to add one term for distance and displacement, then you will get speed and velocity. So before going to start speed and velocity, so what is the difference between distance and displacement? Any one difference you can say means, first we will say definition. What was the definition of distance? The total path covered by the object. Displacement, the shortest possible distance or the minimum path between initial and final position. Another difference if you want to say, distance is a scalar quantity, displacement is a vector quantity. Now same like that, you will be getting differences, speed and velocity. Now we will see first, so what is the definition of speed? Speed is nothing but to cover the distance. To cover the distance between initial and final position, we will take some time. Object will take some amount of time. Therefore, what is the speed definition means? The distance covered in particular interval of time. If you are coming for college, you are starting at home 9 o'clock or 8:30. 8:30 you reach college by 8:45. Means you took time 15 minutes to reach the college. Means to cover some amount of distance, you will take some amount of time. So the distance covered in particular interval of time is called speed. Otherwise, same definition only, we will say the distance traveled by the object in some time. The distance traveled by the object in some time. This one you will be getting in 8th class, 9th class, or to 10th class. We will discuss like this. But whenever you are coming for first PU or second PU, we will discuss same definition. We will say like this. How we will say means the rate of change of distance. The rate of change of distance is called speed, we will say. So first we will come from 8th, 9th, 10th definition only. What I said, the distance covered in particular interval of time according to the equation form. How we will write means symbol of speed, either S or V they will write. So V is equal speed. So distance covered in particular interval of time. Time interval will be there. Time interval means from where we are starting and where we are ending. The starting point and ending point. That is called time interval. Now initially we started at one point. That is nothing but origin. Yesterday we took this one example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meters. This is nothing but it is covering in forward direction it is going. Okay. So now initial position. This one we will call it as x now. He started at origin. A. He reached point B. That is nothing but x2. So now what is the distance he covered means x2 minus x1. That is nothing but total you will get 4 meters. In how much time? Whenever starting at origin, let us assume it is 9 o'clock. After reaching 4 minutes, it is at 9:05. Now how much time? We got almost 5 minutes gap. Isn't it? 5 minutes only. Now how we will get speed? Distance covered means x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1. So this is initial position, this is final position. This time t1 is whenever you are starting at initial position, how much time? This time you cannot take 0 second. Okay. So in your watch, in the reference frame, clock time value we will take. Okay. So after reaching final position, how much time you got? So initial here 0, final here 4. 4 minus 0 by, so 9, 5. T2 is, this is T1, this is T2. So 9, 5 minus 9. So 4 by 5. But 4 is in meters, 5 is in minutes. Always we will say in terms of meter per second. Therefore 5 minutes you can convert into seconds. Then 4 by 5 into 1 minute is nothing but 60 seconds. Then it will be meter per second. Now you will get your speed whenever you know the distance and time interval. Apply this one whenever you are coming for college, whenever you are going from home to anywhere, you can find speed very easy. So once you measure the speed, you will remember that one very well. So this is about speed, distance covered in particular time interval. So this one only in some books they will write x2 minus x1 as delta x by delta t. Delta t is called time interval. Time interval means some difference between initial time and final, or final time and initial time, because time we won't say in negatives. So this is nothing but final position minus initial position. Okay, so this is about delta x by delta t. This is nothing but distance covered. This is nothing but time interval. Another, in the same definition you can say in another way also. The ratio between distance and time is called speed. Once you understood, you can write in our own way. I gave another definition for you. The rate of change of distance is called speed. So again, in our further upcoming lesson, I will mention about that one, how to write the change of rate of change of distance. You should not write like this. How we have to write, we will discuss in upcoming lesson. So presently we followed 8th, 9th, 10th class definition. The distance covered in particular interval of time. Now this is nothing but speed. Now we will say velocity. Now I said about speed, you will only say the definition of velocity. How we will say what I said now? The distance covered in particular time interval is nothing but speed. Now what is the velocity? You can say now velocity is equal to what we have to write? In place of distance covered, what we have to write? Displacement covered in particular time interval. Okay, the displacement covered between initial and final position in particular time interval. Then how we will write symbolically? Symbolically, small change is there. What is the small change? Speed is nothing but scalar. Why speed is scalar means because distance and time is scalar quantities. But displacement is which quantity? Physical quantity we said yesterday. Displacement is vector quantity. Therefore, velocity will become vector. Vector means what we will write there? Symbol V. So if you wrote D, that is called distance. If you wrote D bar, that one is called displacement. Therefore, say if you wrote V, that is speed. If you wrote V bar, that is nothing but velocity. So V bar is equal to, so x2 bar minus x1 bar by t2 minus t1. Or this one only we will write delta x bar by delta t. What is the small change here? See, here delta x by delta t, if you wrote, that is speed. Delta x bar by delta t wrote means for this we give direction. Therefore, this velocity we are calling it as vector quantity. So what was the definition? The ratio between displacement and time, or the displacement covered by the object in particular interval of time. This is school level definition. Now, according to college, first PU definition is the rate of change of, what we have to say? The rate of change of displacement. The rate of change of distance is called speed. The rate of change of displacement is called velocity. Now, speed is which quantity? Scalar quantity. Velocity is vector quantity. Now, yesterday we discussed, in previous session we discussed when distance and displacements are equal. When distance and displacements are equal, if object is moving in forward direction. Sometimes we will say speed and velocity will be equal. When it will be equal means if object is moving in the same direction. Once it is started, object started at one point, it is not turning back, it is going only in forward direction. Then always distance is equal to displacement. Therefore, speed is equal to velocity. Why? Because it will cover both distance and both displacement. Both will become same. Now we can write. Yesterday we wrote one formula. Distance by displacement is always greater than or equal to 1. Now what we will write? Speed by velocity. So speed by velocity, what we can write? Is always greater than or equal to 1. So for this one, for this example, you will get same, but velocity in what direction it is going. Speed means you don't want direction. We cannot say, can we say speed is 0? We can't say speed is 0. Velocity can be 0. Why? Because displacement can be 0. Therefore, velocity can be 0. Speed cannot be 0. Okay. So now we will see average speed and average velocity. Up to now we discussed about speed and velocity. The distance covered in particular interval of time is called speed. The displacement covered in particular interval of time is called velocity. Now, what is average speed and what is average velocity? So, average speed is nothing but the total distance. The total distance covered by the object in particular interval of time or total time. The total distance in total time. Average speed, if I decline bar, that is nothing but speed. Average speed is equal to total distance. Total distance in total interval of time or total time. The ratio between total distance and total time is called average speed. Or total distance covered in total time is called average speed. Next, average velocity. You can only say this definition. What is average velocity? Total displacement. So total displacement in total time. Total displacement in total time is called average velocity. Again same, speed cannot be 0, velocity can be 0. Same like that, average speed cannot be 0, but average velocity sometimes it can be 0. Isn't it? What is the unit of this one? Velocity or speed, unit. What is the unit means? Either speed or average speed, both will be having same units. How to write units here? By getting the equation, we can write the units. If you are forgetting means if you remember the equation at least, you can get the unit. So total distance. What is the unit of distance? So meters. Total time. Always we have to write so meter per second. Okay. Next. Displacement units. Meters. Total time. Second. Always time you should take seconds. If they give minutes, hours also, we will write in terms of seconds. Meter per second. Meter per second. Now both will be having same units. So on this, some competitive problems you will be getting. These are the definitions, simple definitions you will do. Normal PU problems also. Already in which course you did some problems on this average speed and average velocity. In competitive, how they will ask. Okay, so we will see one simple problem. An object covers first half of the distance in some particular interval of time, and second half of the distance in some particular interval of time. Then what is the average speed or what is the average velocity? Once again I am saying average speed, average velocity will be same whenever object is moving in forward direction. Therefore sometimes you will call speed and velocity will be same. If you are calling speed and velocity will be same means both are moving in the same direction. Means it is not turning backwards. Okay? An object covers first half of the distance. First half of the distance means take 2 points A and B. So total distance is S. First half means how much? S by 2 in some amount of time T1. Second half of the distance S by 2 in some amount of time. Then what is the average speed or what is the average velocity they will ask. At that time, what is the formula? Average speed is equal to total distance by total time. So total distance means here two distances are there. Let us say this is S1, this is nothing but second half S2. Here they give half, therefore we will write S by 2, S by 2 also. S1 plus S2 by T1 plus T2. Here S1 value how much they give? S by 2. S2 value how much they give? S by 2. So therefore we will write S by 2 by S by 2 divided by T1 plus T2. So first half of the distance in some time interval, second half of the distance in some time interval. You came to know total distance and time. Same formula you will write in terms of velocities. How they will give means first half of the distance with some velocity v1, second half of the distance with some velocity v2. At the time, total average speed formula is this one only, s1 plus s2 by t1 plus t2. In this, they didn't give time, they gave velocity and first half of the distance, second half of the distance. Depending on what they gave physical quantities, we are going to change the formula. Here we get to know only velocities. At the time, we should write this formula in terms of velocity. How we will write means, see here, average speed is equal to s1 plus s2 by t1 plus t2. What they give? First half of the distance with some velocity v1, second half of the distance with some velocity v2. They didn't give time. How we will eliminate time means, we came to know velocity or speed v1 is equal to s1 by t1. First half it is going to cover with v1. First half what is the distance? s1. First half what is the time? t1. Now we have to eliminate t1. How we will eliminate means, from this what we can write? t1 is equal to s1 by v1. Like that. Second half s2 by t2. That implies t2 is equal to s2 by v2. Substitute this t1 and t2 in this equation, then you will get the equation in terms of s and velocity. So average speed is equal to s1 plus s2 by, in place of t1 what we can write? s1 by v1 plus s2 by v2. Okay. So s1 plus s2. S1 value, S2 value, if you substitute, you will be getting one equation. So how they will ask in problems, I will say, just you have to remember the equation. If you want to write still further the equation for this, S1 value how much they gave? Half of the distance, therefore S by 2. Half of the distance, S by 2. In place of S1, S by 2v1 plus S by 2v2. S by 2 plus S by 2. How much? 2 S by 2. Is there S by 2 is common in denominator. Here what will be remaining? 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. These two will be cancelled. Then what remaining? Numerator s is there. Denominator s by 2 is there. 1 by v1 plus 1. S also gets cancelled. Here 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is going to numerator means 2. So 2 by, what is LCM here? v1, v2. That is nothing but v2 plus v1. If it is going to numerator, average speed is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. You have to remember only this equation. You don't need to remember the derivation. If you remember the equation, directly you can substitute and you can calculate the problem. Now we will see one small problem on this. An object covers first half of the distance with 60 km per hour and second half of the distance with 40 km per hour. An object covers first half of the distance with 60 km per hour and the second half of the distance with 40 km per hour. Then find what is its average speed. Then already we came to know this concept. First half of the distance with some velocity, second half of the distance with some velocity. Then directly, if you remember this concept, directly you can substitute in this form. Okay, this is for competitive, not for P. Okay, so now V1 is 60 km per hour, V2 is 40 km per hour. Now, the 60 km per hour, first half the velocity. This 40 km per hour, second half velocity. So this is the total distance. In total, first half, s by 2 with velocity v1, remaining s by 2 with velocity v2. At that time already we got, directly can apply this formula. Average speed is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. So 2 into 60 into 40 by 60 plus 40. So 2 into 60 into 40 by 60 plus 40, 100. So this 0 will be cancelled, 0 will be cancelled. So 6 4s, 24, 24 into 2. So 48, what are the units? So we didn't change, therefore we have to write units, kilometer per hour. So average speed how much? 48 kilometer per hour. If it is covering first half with some velocity, second half with some velocity. You may get one doubt. Average speed means we should do v1 plus v2 by 2. That one also you will be getting. But how to do? When you have to do that one means if they gave in equal intervals of time. First half with some time, second half with same time. First half and second half it covers with in equal intervals of time. Then you should do v1 plus v2 by 2. How it will be coming? We will say according to this formula. So what is the average speed formula? General formula. S1 plus S2 by T1 plus T2. Now what we said? First half with some time and second half also with same time. Same time means now T1 is equal to T2 is equal to T. This is the diagram. Initial point A, final point B. First half means S by 2. Second half means S by 2. Total distance we don't know. Therefore, if you have taken yes, first half means always S by 2. Second half means always S by 2. So in movie we will say the first half, second half. But here always half will become equal. In movie it is not equal, but here it is going to be equal. Now T1 is equal to T, T2 is equal to T. So first half and second half it is covering in same interval of time, in same time. At the time, see the formula what you will be getting means V average. First half with velocity V1, second half with velocity V2. So S1 plus S2 by T1 plus T2. S1 is S by 2. S2 is S by 2. T1. How we wrote T1 here? I am not writing once again by using this equation. S1 by V1. Otherwise you can write in terms of velocity they gave now. You can write this one like this. Because here we should not eliminate T because they gave times. We should eliminate S. Okay. How we will be getting means S1 is nothing but V1 T1. See here. S1 is nothing but V1 T1. V1 T1 plus V2 T2 is nothing but T1 plus. Now what you will be getting? Times are same. So V1 T plus V2 T by T plus. So V1 plus V2 into T by 2T. So this will be coming V1 plus V2 by 2. So you can remember blindly if it covers with velocity v1 and v2, if they didn't give equal times, then you have to use this formula. If it is covering first half and second half in equal intervals of time, then you have to use this formula. You can use this formula 60 plus 40 by 2, 100 by 2. That is nothing but 50 km per hour. So you have to remember very carefully when you have to use this formula, when you have to use this formula. Okay. So now we will see another problem and concept. Once you know the concept, then you can solve the problem. First I will give concept. On the concept, we will do problem. Now what is the next concept means? Now we discuss first half and second half. Now they will give first 1/3 distance, second 1/3 distance, third 1/3 distance. An object covers, this is A, this is B. So total distance or displacement nothing but yes. Now first 1/3 distance with some velocity. First 1/3 means S1 is equal to S by 3. That is nothing but with some velocity V1. Second 1/3 S2 is equal to another 1/3 is nothing but with velocity V2. And last 1/3 with velocity V3. Then what is the average speed or average velocity. Here, object is moving in straight line, it is not coming back, therefore either average speed or average velocity both will be same. Now see once again, an object covers first 1/3 distance with some velocity v1, second 1/3 distance with some velocity v2, last 1/3 distance with some velocity v3. Then what is the average speed or velocity they will ask. What is the average speed formula? Total distance, that is nothing but s1 plus s2 plus s3. Here three distances they divided. Is divided by how much time it is taking from first 1/3. That is nothing but t1, t2, t3. They didn't give this, but in formula, general formula, time will be there. First we have to write this one. Later we have to eliminate time. How we will eliminate time is by using given data. They gave first 1/3 with some velocity. Velocity, distance they gave. Therefore, in place of time, the velocity, distance we have to write or speed distance. So we know that velocity is equal to or the speed is equal to s1 by t1. Because general definition we can do. Speed is equal to distance by time. Therefore, v1 is equal to s1 by t1. And what we will write t1? s1 by v1. Now t2, directly we will write s2 by v2. Now t3, s3 by v3. Now substitute all these in this equation. Then average speed is equal to s1 plus s2 plus s3 by, in place of t1, s1 by v1 plus s2 by v2 plus s3 by v3. Okay, now we came to know distance, we came to know velocity. This equation we have to solve. They gave 1/3. S1 is nothing but how much? S by 3. S1 is s by 3. S2 is also s by 3. S3 is also s by 3. This is nothing but average speed is equal to is divided by S1 is nothing but s by 3. S by 3 v1 plus s by 3 v2 s by 3 v3. S by 3 plus s by 3 plus s by 3. What will we get? 3 s by 3 is divided by, what is common here? S by 3 is common. 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 plus 1 by v3. So 3 is going to be cancelled. So s by 3. What is LCM here? v1, v2, v3. So what will be coming first? v2, v3 plus v1, v3 plus v3, v1. So yes will be cancelled. This 3 is going to be numerator. v1, v2, v3 is also going to numerator. Therefore, average speed or average velocity is equal to 3 v1, v2, v3 by v1, v2. Okay. So this is v1, v2. So v1, v2 plus v2, v3 plus v3, v1. So this is the formula. Now they gave first 1/3, second 1/3, last 1/3. So they will give some velocities: 40 km per hour, 60 km per hour, 80 km per hour. First 1/3, second 1/3, last 1/3. If you know this equation, again in this also you should remember only this final equation. So this final equation will be coming from general equation. This is the basic equation. From this you got this one for 1/3. So if you got time is equal again means you will write here s1. What will you write s1? v1 t1, v2 t2, v3 t3. Like that you get. So in competitive books already we have taken. In the books also first 3-4 problems they have given on these equations only. Once you can try to do, you will be getting definitely. Now we will see one small problem on this. You can try once. I will do here. An object covers first 1/3 distance with some velocity v1 and remaining distance with velocity v2. Then what is the average speed? An object covers first 1/3 distance with velocity v1 and second 1/3 distance with velocity v3. Then what is the average speed or average velocity? See, I am saying first 1/3 distance with velocity v1 means object is moving in forward direction. I am not saying average speed, average velocity. sorry, velocity I said. First 1/3 distance with some velocity v1. Total distance from A to B, we will assume yes, from A to B total distance. In this first 1/3 means let us assume A to C, S1 is equal to S by. With what velocity it is moving? Object with v1 velocity. Next, remaining distance means from C to B with velocity v2. Then what is the remaining distance here from C to B? What is the total distance? From A to B is yes. From A to C is S by 3. Then what is the remaining distance means? S2 is equal to S minus S by 3. Isn't it? S minus S by 3 means that is nothing but 2S by 3. So they will give problem like this only. What we got equation. In options they will give equations. So average velocity or average speed formula. V average is equal to. So here how many distances are there? Only two distances. Therefore we have to write formula S1 plus S2 by T1 plus T2. We have to eliminate T1, T2 because we don't know. From A to C, let us assume it is taking T1 time. From C to B, let us assume it is taking T2 time. Then how we will eliminate T1, T2 means we came to know V1 is equal to S1 by T1, V2 is equal to S2 by T2. What is S1 they gave? First 1/3. First 1/3 means S1 is nothing but S by 3 by T1. That is nothing but. Now T1 is equal to S by 3V1. This is nothing but time we got T1. Same like that. T2 is equal to S2 by V. What is S2? Remaining distance. That is nothing but 2S by 3V2. Now we got T2. Substitute this T1 and T2 in this equation. Then you will get answer. So average speed or velocity V average is equal to S1 is how much? S by 3. S2 is how much? 2S by 3. T1 is how much? S by 3V1. T2 is how much? 2S by 3V. So S by 3 plus 2S by 3. How much you will get? 3S by 3V. Divided by what is common here? S by 3 is common. S by 3 is common. So S by 3. What will be remaining here? 1 by V1 plus S by 3 is common means 2 by V2. Okay. So 3S by 3. 3 will be cancelled. S by 3. What is LCM here? V1, V2. So V1 into V2. Then here V2 plus 2V1. So SS will be cancelled. This 3 V1 V2 is going to numerator. Therefore 3V1 V2 by V2 plus 2V1. So this is the formula. Sometimes they will ask this type of question at the time. Remaining distance we have to find first. So this is formula, and the problem also sometimes they will ask like this, or they will give values. If they give values also, if you forgot this equation, we can solve by taking this equation. Okay. So we derived some equations on average speed and average velocity. All these are related to competitive. You don't need to worry about PU. PU means if you remember definitions, that is enough. And some problems they give backside, we can practice. Those are fine. Those will be very easy on. Okay. Speed, velocity definition, average speed, average velocity definitions are there in PU. On this, what I derived till now, equations on average speed and velocity, those will be coming for competitive. So you don't need to worry. These many big equations are coming now only in second class. Okay, na? So now we will discuss about uniform motion. That is nothing but uniform speed, uniform velocity. Definition. When object is said to be in motion, we discussed. When object is said to be in motion, if position of the object is changing with respect to time and surroundings, isn't it? If it is not changing, position is not changing, then object is said to be at rest. Now motion is of two types: uniform motion, non-uniform motion. Uniform motion means object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. If object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, then object is said to be in uniform motion with uniform speed because it is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time. What does it mean? Means if you started at one point, initial point, origin, O. If you are covering, so 1 meter in 1 second. Next, in next second, in next another second, means total time 2 seconds. Here 2 meters, 3 meters, 3 seconds, 4 meters, 4 seconds. See here, from origin to first position, how much distance he covered? 1 meter. How much time he took? 1 second. Again, from here to here, how much distance he covered? 1 meter. Final position minus initial position. How much time interval? 1 second to 2 seconds. Means he is covering every 1 second 1 meter. Therefore, this person or object is in uniform motion with uniform speed. Okay, if he is covering equal displacements in equal intervals of time, then object with uniform velocity. Now, what is constant whenever object is in uniform motion means either speed or velocity is constant or distance will be constant, means in equal intervals of time. Okay, understood? So uniform motion or uniform speed definition means if object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, then object is moving with uniform speed. If object covers equal displacements in equal intervals of time, then object is moving with uniform velocity. So velocity is constant or speed is constant because we have taken only in forward direction. What is non-uniform motion? So non-uniform motion with non-uniform speed. Okay. So what is non-uniform motion means? Quite opposite to this one. Here it is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time. Now it won't cover equal distances in equal intervals of time. If object is not covering equal distances or displacements in equal intervals of time, then object is said to be non-uniform motion. So in this, velocity or speed may increase or decrease. How we will observe whenever in our going in our daily life? You might have made journey on a scooty or car or bus. Whenever you are going on bike, if you are sitting backside, you can observe. So whenever they are accelerator, so the 0 to 10 km per hour, 20 km per hour, 40 km per hour, it is going to increase. After some time, if you observe means the needle is fixed at 30 km per hour. That needle is, speedometer needle is only not increasing, not decreasing from 30 km per hour means then scooty is in uniform motion or bus or whatever vehicle that may be in uniform motion vehicles. If it is increasing means that velocity is increasing, changing, then so we are not moving with uniform speed or uniform velocity. So if the needle is constant, speedometer needle is constant at any kilometer per hour, that may be 30, 40, 35, 45, then so you are going with uniform speed. This is about uniform motion, non-uniform motion. Okay. Now we are going to do some problems in your textbook. We will see. So example, that is 3.1. So here what they gave means a car is moving. A car is moving along a straight line. Say OP in diagram 3.1. It moves from O to P in 18 seconds and returns from P to Q in 6 seconds. What are the average velocity and average speed of the car in going from O to P and back to Q? Okay. Now see the question what I read. This is the question. A car is moving along a straight line. Say OP in the figure 3.1. This will be there in your textbook. Diagram number 3.1. So it moves from O to P in 18 seconds. So it is covering O to P. How much time it is taking? 18 seconds. So again I will write how to solve the problem. I will say and returns from P to Q. After going to P, his car is coming from P to Q. And I have find the how much time it is there taking? Sorry, 6 seconds here. So O to P 18 seconds. Again from P to Q, how much time? 6 seconds. Then they are asking what is the average speed and average velocity. So first we will see, whenever they give problem, first we have to write given that. So what they give. Next we have to write what we have to calculate. Finally we have to think about formula. So what they give means object is covering from O to P. That one already diagram it is there. Next, how much time it is taking? 18 seconds. Then what is the average velocity there? So what is the average velocity formula? We came to know. So average velocity so is equal to total. What is the formula? Total displacement or distance? Displacement. Total displacement by total time. From where to where object covers? O to P. Okay. Next. And again it is returning from P to Q. P to Q in 6 seconds. Now what are the average velocities? First we are calculating, see, O to P we are calculating. O to P means how much time you have to take now total time. O to P how much time they gave? 18 seconds you have to take. Okay, understood. Now what is the total displacement from O to Q? General definition. The minimum distance between initial and final point. So what is the initial point here? 0. Final point is 360. So displacement is how much now? 360 minus 0. Final position minus initial position. That is nothing but 360 minus 0 by total time. How much time it is taking to reach from O to P? 18 seconds. Therefore, final time 18. 18 minus 0 or 18 directly can write. So 360 by 18. So how many times cancel? So 2 18s. Therefore 20. What are the units? Meter per second. This is the average velocity from O to P. Now we have to calculate what is the average speed. How much you will get average speed? Without doing only we can say, right? Because object is moving in forward direction. Therefore, what is the average speed formula? Total distance. Total distance by total time. So what is the total distance from O to P? Again, same, 360. By total time, 80. Therefore, again you will get 20 meter per second. This is average speed, average velocity, average speed from O to P. Now we have to calculate after reaching O to P and it come back to Q. Now what is the final position means Q. What is the initial position? O. Now what is the average velocity? Average velocity same formula. I am not writing once again formula. Total displacement by total time. Now what is the total displacement? The minimum distance between final and initial position. This is final, this is initial. Therefore 240 minus 0. That is total displacement. Now what is the total time? How much time it is taking? So O to P 18 and P to Q 6. So 18 plus 6. How much? Total time 24. So 240 by 20. So 10 meter per second. This is average velocity. Now average speed. Average speed means this is the formula. Total distance by total time. So total distance means the total path covered by the object. Total path means first it is starting from O to P, next from P to Q. Therefore total path O to P plus P to Q by total time. Total time same 24 seconds. Now what is from O to P? O to P distance 360 plus P to Q. Whenever it is coming from P to Q, initial position 360, final position 240. So 360 minus 240. Right? Because if we got minus also, we will take plus. Right? Because distance will not be in negative. So 360 minus 240. How much you will get? 0 minus 0, 0. 6 minus 4, 2. 3 minus 2, 1. Therefore, you will get 120 is divided by 24. How much you will get? So 360 plus 120. 0, 6 plus 2, 8, 3 plus 1. So how many times? 20 meter per second. So this is about how to do average speed and average velocity and how you should take time and how you should take distance displacement. Whenever you got distance, always you should take positive. Whenever you have got displacement, final position minus initial position. Okay. So now we discuss about velocity, speed, and average velocity, average speed. Now we are going to discuss about instantaneous speed, instantaneous velocity. So these are the new words for you. Instantaneous speed. Instantaneous speed, instantaneous velocity. In the name only it is there. Definition of this one. What is that one means? So speed of the object at particular instant of time. Speed of the object at particular instant of time is called instantaneous speed. That one we will write instantaneous velocity. How we will say means velocity of the object at particular instant of time. What is that instant? Whenever you started from home, you are going from home to some shop. Whenever you are going from home to shop, it will take some amount of time. Let us assume it is taking 5 minutes time. Within that 5 minutes time, you will be covering so many positions. Let us assume you are crossing your door of the home. You are crossing your gate of the house. So there I am taking 2 instants. Whenever you are crossing door of the home or room, that is nothing but you will be having some amount of speed. Whenever you are crossing your gate, that may be increase or decrease, it will be having some amount of speed. So what is your velocity at particular instant means at the door whenever you are crossing. What is the speed whenever you are crossing the gate? So at 2 different instants you are getting your speed or velocity and it is going to be changed. Therefore at door we are calling it as instant velocity at particular that instant, and at your gate that is different velocity, isn't it? How we are going to take and what is the time difference? So we said in particular time interval. I told you from home to shop it is taking 5 minutes time, but at particular gate or at particular door, how much time it will take? Almost time difference is almost 0, but not 0, almost 0. Whenever time interval is small, very small. So whenever within the short time interval, whatever you are getting velocity, that is called instantaneous speed difference. So in this one we can say, when according to definition we will say at particular instant of time. At particular instant of time, speed. So speed of the object at particular instant of time is called instantaneous speed. So in the name only it is there, at any instant. So mathematically how we will write this formula or how we will write this equation, instantaneous speed. I told you almost a time interval how much? Almost 0 but not 0. What is this almost 0 but not 0? Whenever you are buying anything, slippers or any fridge or washing machine, 9,999 degrees. Means almost 10,000 but not 10,000. This is also almost 0 but not 0. How we will write according to equation? Generally velocity or speed equation we will write like this. Delta x by delta. So this refers speed. V bar. Delta x bar by delta. So this refers velocity according to definition. This is nothing but displacement. Total displacement by total time interval. This one only you write x2 bar minus x1 bar. Final position minus initial position. This is nothing but, this is also same. Final position minus initial position. But this is not indicating direction. This is indicating direction. That one only we gave differences, speed and velocity. Okay. Now this equation can be written as instantaneous speed. How we will write means, whenever this time interval, what I said, is almost 0, delta t tends to 0. This one limits and functions will write. Calculus you will be getting limit, almost. How much limit? Delta t tends to 0. Almost time interval is 0 but not 0. Some time difference will be there definitely. Okay. So limit delta t tends to 0. So delta x by delta t. Whenever you give limit delta t tends to 0 for delta x by delta t, it can be written as dx by dt. So in place of delta I wrote dx by dt, not dx by dt. So this one only we are calling it as instantaneous speed. I gave one definition for you. In PU we can't say speed definition is nothing but total distance covered in particular interval of time. What I give? Rate of change of distance. So this one we are calling it as rate of change of distance. What is this rate of means? D by dt. This will be coming in mathematics for you. So this d by dt we are calling it as rate of change of. What is changing here? Distance is changing. Therefore, rate of change of distance. That one we are calling it as instantaneous speed. Here, how we will write instantaneous velocity now? So limit, what we have to write? Time difference is almost 0. Delta t tends to 0. Then delta x bar by delta t can be written as dx bar by dt. So this is according to equation. So if you are not able to write the definition, you can write the equation also. So instantaneous speed is defined as, you can write this equation. Instantaneous velocity is defined as, you can write this equation. So now once again I am saying this is tends to 0, delta t tends to 0, not equal to 0. If it is equal to 0 means that is different. Okay, I did it here, tends to 0. What is this tends to 0 and equal to 0? What is the difference I will say? I didn't write here delta t is equal to 0. I wrote here delta t tends to 0, TENDS. Tends to 0 means almost 0 but not 0. When it is almost 0, I will say. I gave here time difference from your home to shop 0 to 5 minutes. 0 to 5 minutes is the delta t time interval. Now what is the time interval time? 5 minutes. Now this 5 minutes is almost going to become 0. How it is going to become 0 means if we start at 0 to 5 I said. So let us assume 1 to 4. 1 to 4 how much time difference you got? 3. So another time difference I gave 2 to 3. What is the time difference? 1 minute. Another time difference I gave 2 to 2.5. So 0.5, half minute. 0. Now time difference is 0.5 minutes. Now another I gave 2 minutes to 2.0. So now what is the time difference? 0.01. 0.01. See here, time difference from 5 minutes to 0.0. Why? Because whenever we are crossing that window or crossing that door, crossing that gate, you won't get that much time. How much time you have taken to cross the door means, how you will say very less time. So that less time only we are taking it as almost tends to 0 but not equal to 0. This is nothing but instantaneous speed, instantaneous velocity definition. This is according to equation. Simply if you want to say velocity at particular instant of time. Velocity at particular instant of time is called instantaneous velocity. Speed at particular instant of time is called instantaneous speed. That instant position you can take any point from where you are starting, from where you are ending. But there time difference is almost 0 but not 0. That is very, very important. Okay. So this is about instantaneous speed and velocity. So now I am going to give some mathematical equations which will be coming in our mathematics. But those applications means those equations we are going to use in physics. To do example 3.2, so we require that mathematical equation for us. Therefore, I am giving clarity on this. Mathematics people will give, but we are going to use that equation. Those people didn't start, I think, mathematics people. Therefore, I am giving here. So what is that one means? Derivative we will see. Derivative starting you will get in mathematics. Derivatives or limits and functions, some lesson name will be there in your mathematics. So I am going to give this one. Derivative of x power n. Derivative of x power n. How you will write means n into x power n minus 1. This is derivative of x power n. Now same derivative of x power n into dx we will write. So same derivative of x power n with respect to x. Derivative of x power n with respect to x. Dx power n by dx. How we will write means n into x power n minus 1. So if you want to see at the end of our this lesson, motion is straight line, elements of calculus they gave. In that they gave these formulas. If you want to see, once you can check. They gave so many, but we want this one first. Therefore, I am going to discuss this one. This is derivative of x power n with respect to x. This is derivative of x power n. That's all. Not with respect to here. Okay, but this is with respect to x. Next, derivative of x power n with respect to time. This is nothing but t with respect to time we will say. Here or with respect to t they will say. So n into x power n minus 1 dx by dt. See here. If dx power n means n into x power n minus 1 into dx. With respect to x. With respect to x means this dx by dx will be cancelled. You will get 1. This is with respect to t. Therefore, this one we are writing dx by dt. So where we are going to, how we are going to apply this one? They will ask what is the derivative of x square. Derivative of x square with respect to x. Apply this formula. In place of n, how much is there? 2. Therefore, 2 into, in place of x, x1. So x into, in place of n, 2. So 2 minus 1. So dx by dt. Here, with respect to x we are doing. Therefore, we should write dx by dx. That will become 1. Therefore, 2 into x power 1. That is nothing but 2x. So, derivative of x square with respect to x is 2x. Now, same derivative of x square with respect to time. dx square by dt. You can say now. How you can say means, here in place of, apply this form. In place of n, how much is there? 2. 2 into x power 2 minus 1. n into x power n minus 1. Apply this form. So dx by dt. dx by dt. Therefore, here also you will get dx by dt. So 2x dx by dt. So see, with respect to what we are doing, that is important. This is derivative of x square with respect to x. This is derivative of x square with respect to time. So these formulas are very, very important. And another one, derivative of any constant is 0. If you have taken any constant, if you want to derivative that, if you want to find derivative of any constant is 0. That may be with respect to anything. dk by dx, dk by dt, dk by dy. So with respect to anything, derivative of any constant is going to become 0. Okay, so write this formula, try to remember. After completion of this video, once you can see the textbook is there, means once you can see at the end of this motion straight line they gave elements of calculus, try to see those formulas. This one you will be getting in your mathematics. So there you will apply within one step. If they give this one, what is derivative of x square? Without doing all this, directly you will say 2x. What is derivative of x cube? X cube means you will get 3x square. So derivative of x cube with respect to x. In place of n, what is there? 3. 3 into x power 3 minus 1. What we got? 3x. Directly we will say this answer. But presently this is new for you, therefore it will take some time. So if you practice, means you will be getting example 3.2 is there on this basis. That one we will discuss next. Okay.